Question 1. What is the minimum required size for a water heater relief valve discharge pipe, according to the California Plumbing Code? A. Half an inch. B. 3/4 inch. C. 1 inch. D. The same size as the hot water outlet pipe. Answer: B. 3/4 inch. The California Plumbing Code, CPC, mandates a minimum 3/4 inch nominal pipe size for the temperature and pressure relief, TNP, valve discharge pipe on a water heater. This specific sizing ensures that in the event of an overpressure or overtemperature condition, the valve can safely and adequately discharge the hot water and steam, preventing potential ruptures and serious injury. For example, if a TNP valve discharges due to excessive pressure, a smaller pipe might restrict flow, leading to continued pressure buildup, while a 3/4 inch pipe allows for rapid relief. Always confirm that the discharge pipe terminates in a safe, visible location, typically within 6 inches of the floor and not directly into a drain, to indicate a problem. Question 2. A plumbing contractor is excavating a trench for a new sewer line. According to Cal/OSHA regulations, if the trench is 5 feet or deeper, what protective system is generally required unless the excavation is entirely in stable rock? A. Daily visual inspections only. B. A ladder every 50 feet. C. A protective system such as shoring, sloping, or shielding. D. Safety cones placed around the perimeter. Answer: C. A protective system such as shoring, sloping, or shielding. Cal/OSHA regulations are very strict regarding trench safety to prevent cave-ins, which are a major hazard in excavation work. Any trench 5 feet or deeper, unless entirely in stable rock, requires a protective system like shoring, installing supports, sloping, cutting back the trench walls to a safe angle, or shielding, using a trench box or shield, to protect workers from collapse. This critical safety measure is designed to prevent serious injury or fatalities from earth moving. Always remember that worker safety is paramount, and proper trenching procedures are not optional when dealing with depths of 5 feet or more. Question 3. What is the primary purpose of a P-trap in a plumbing drainage system? A. To increase water pressure in the fixture. B. To prevent sewer gases from entering the building. C. To filter sediment from the wastewater. D. To accelerate the flow of water down the drain. Answer: B. To prevent sewer gases from entering the building. The primary function of a P-trap, which is the U-shaped pipe under sinks and other fixtures, is to maintain a water seal that blocks harmful and foul-smelling sewer gases from entering the living space. As wastewater drains, a small amount of water remains in the bottom curve of the trap, creating an airtight barrier. Without this water seal, gases from the sewer system would freely enter the building, posing health risks and creating unpleasant odors. Always ensure P-traps are properly installed and maintain their water seal to keep your indoor air safe and fresh. Question 4. A contractor performing plumbing work exceeding a specific monetary value must pull a permit. In California, what is the general consequence of failing to obtain required permits before starting work? A. A warning from the city inspector. B. The work may need to be uncovered, re-inspected, and subject to fines or double permit fees. C. Only minor repairs are required. D. The contractor's license will be immediately revoked. Answer: B. The work may need to be uncovered, re-inspected, and subject to fines or double permit fees. Failing to obtain the necessary permits before commencing plumbing work is a serious violation of building codes and can lead to significant repercussions. Typically, local building departments will require the work to be exposed for inspection, even if it means tearing out newly installed finishes, and will often assess fines or double the permit fees. This process ensures that all plumbing installations meet safety and code standards. Always prioritize pulling permits for work that requires them to avoid costly rework and legal issues, as this is a fundamental aspect of operating as a licensed contractor. Question 5. Which of the following plumbing fixtures requires a flood level rim elevation that is at least 1 inch above the top of the overflow? A. Lavatories. B. Bathtubs. C. Water closets. D. Laundry tubs. Answer: C. Water closets. The California Plumbing Code specifies that water closets, toilets, must have a flood level rim that is at least 1 inch higher than the top of the overflow. This critical design requirement helps prevent potential cross-contamination by ensuring that wastewater from the toilet bowl cannot flow back into the potable water supply system if there's a backpressure event or a blockage in the drain. This 1-inch air gap is a fundamental backflow prevention measure that protects public health. Always adhere to these specific code requirements to maintain a safe and sanitary plumbing system. Question 6. What type of backflow prevention device is typically required for a lawn irrigation system connected to a potable water supply in California? A. Double check valve assembly. B. Atmospheric vacuum breaker, AVB, or pressure vacuum breaker, PVB. C. Reduced pressure principle, RP, backflow assembly. D. Check valve. Answer: B. Atmospheric vacuum breaker, AVB, or pressure vacuum breaker, PVB. For most lawn irrigation systems, which pose a potential cross-connection hazard by introducing non-potable water into the drinking water supply, an atmospheric vacuum breaker, AVB, or a pressure vacuum breaker, PVB, is the commonly required backflow prevention device in California. These devices are designed to prevent siphonage and backpressure, ensuring that contaminated irrigation water cannot be drawn back into the municipal water system. For example, if the water pressure in the main line drops, an AVB or PVB prevents the dirty irrigation water from being siphoned back. It's crucial to select the correct backflow prevention device based on the specific hazard and local codes to protect public health. Question 7. According to the California Plumbing Code, what is the maximum length allowed for a fixture tailpiece? A. 12 inches. B. 24 inches. C. 30 inches. D. 36 inches. Answer: B. 24 inches. The California Plumbing Code limits the maximum length of a fixture tailpiece to 24 inches, 610 millimeters. A tailpiece is the pipe connecting the fixture drain opening to the trap, and keeping it to a specified maximum length helps ensure efficient drainage and proper trap function. An overly long tailpiece could lead to problems with vent connection or reduce trap effectiveness. Adhering to this length ensures the trap seal remains intact and the fixture drains properly, preventing issues like siphoning of the trap. Question 8. When joining dissimilar metals, such as copper and galvanized steel pipes, what type of fitting must be used to prevent accelerated corrosion? A. Compression fitting. B. Soldered joint. C. Dielectric union. D. Threaded coupling. Answer: C. Dielectric union. When connecting pipes made of dissimilar metals, like copper and galvanized steel, a dielectric union is essential to prevent galvanic corrosion. Galvanic corrosion occurs when two different metals are in electrical contact and exposed to an electrolyte, like water, causing one metal to corrode at an accelerated rate. The dielectric union contains a non-conductive barrier that isolates the two metals, breaking the electrical path and stopping this corrosive process. For example, without a dielectric union, a copper pipe connected directly to galvanized steel would quickly corrode the galvanized steel. Always use dielectric unions at these connections to extend the life of your plumbing system. Question 9. What is the minimum required distance from a water heater vent to an openable window or other opening into a building, according to the California Plumbing Code? A. 6 inches. B. 12 inches. C. 24 inches. D. 36 inches. Answer: B. 12 inches. The California Plumbing Code specifies that a water heater vent termination must be at least 12 inches, 1 foot, away from an openable window, door, or any other opening into a building. This crucial safety clearance is designed to prevent dangerous combustion byproducts, such as carbon monoxide, from entering the occupied space and posing a health risk to occupants. Maintaining adequate clearance ensures that exhaust gases safely dissipate into the atmosphere. Always double-check vent clearances during installation to protect occupants from harmful fumes. Question 10. A plumbing contractor discovers hazardous waste, such as asbestos, during a renovation project. What is the contractor's primary responsibility regarding this discovery? A. Continue work and dispose of it in a regular dumpster. B. Stop work immediately and notify the property owner and appropriate regulatory agencies. C. Cover it up and proceed with the plumbing work. D. Attempt to remove it personally using standard protective equipment. Answer: B. Stop work immediately and notify the property owner and appropriate regulatory agencies. Discovering hazardous waste like asbestos during a project is a serious situation, and a plumbing contractor's primary responsibility is to prioritize safety and legal compliance. Work must cease immediately in the affected area, and both the property owner and the appropriate regulatory agencies, such as Cal/OSHA or the local environmental health department, must be notified. Attempting to handle or dispose of hazardous materials without proper training and certification can lead to severe health risks, hefty fines, and legal liabilities. Always remember that identifying and properly reporting hazardous materials protects both workers and the public. Question 11. What is the maximum allowable working pressure for a standard residential potable water supply system in California, without requiring a pressure-reducing valve? A. 60 psi. B. 80 psi. C. 100 psi. D. 125 psi. Answer: B. 80 psi. According to the California Plumbing Code, the maximum allowable working pressure for a standard residential potable water supply system is 80 psi, pounds per square inch. If the water pressure coming into a building exceeds 80 psi, a pressure-reducing valve, PRV, must be installed on the main water supply line. High water pressure can damage plumbing fixtures, appliances, and pipes over time, leading to leaks and premature failure. Installing a PRV protects the entire plumbing system by maintaining a safe and consistent pressure. Question 12. Which of the following is typically a characteristic of a cleanout in a drainage system? A. It is always located at the end of a branch drain. B. It provides access to the drainage system for inspection and clearing blockages. C. It is designed to remove odors from the drain. D. It is only required on vent pipes. Answer: B. It provides access to the drainage system for inspection and clearing blockages. A cleanout is a fitting with a removable cap or plug specifically designed to provide access to the interior of a drainage piping system. Its primary purpose is to allow for inspection, snaking, or jetting to clear blockages and maintain proper flow within the drain or sewer lines. For example, if a main sewer line becomes clogged, a cleanout located outside the house or in the basement provides a convenient entry point for a plumber to address the issue without having to dig up the pipes. Always ensure cleanouts are accessible and properly maintained for efficient plumbing system upkeep. Question 13. When installing gas piping, what material is generally prohibited for use underground in California? A. Black steel pipe. B. Polyethylene, PE, pipe. C. Corrugated stainless steel tubing, CSST. D. Copper tubing. Answer: C. Corrugated stainless steel tubing, CSST. In California, corrugated stainless steel tubing, CSST, is generally prohibited for underground installation for gas piping due to its susceptibility to damage from earth movement, corrosion, and potential lightning strikes when buried without proper protection. While black steel pipe and approved polyethylene, PE, pipe are commonly used underground for gas, CSST is typically an above-ground, interior gas distribution material. Always consult local codes and manufacturer specifications when installing gas lines, as using the wrong material underground can lead to dangerous leaks and system failure. Question 14. What is the primary purpose of a vent pipe in a drainage system? A. To increase the velocity of wastewater. B. To prevent the entry of sewer gases into fixtures. C. To provide air to the drainage system, preventing trapped siphonage and backpressure. D. To filter solid waste from the drain. Answer: C. To provide air to the drainage system, preventing trapped siphonage and backpressure. A vent pipe is a critical component of a plumbing drainage system, primarily designed to introduce air into the drain lines. This airflow equalizes pressure within the system, which prevents the water seals and P-traps from being siphoned out, pulled away by negative pressure, or blown out, pushed away by positive pressure or backpressure. Without proper venting, traps could lose their water seal, allowing noxious sewer gases to enter the building. Think of a vent as the lungs of your plumbing system, ensuring smooth, odor-free drainage. Question 15. What is the typical minimum depth required for burying potable water supply pipes to protect them from freezing and physical damage in areas without specific frost depth requirements? A. 6 inches. B. 12 inches. C. 18 inches. D. 24 inches. Answer: B. 12 inches. While specific frost depths vary by location, a typical minimum depth requirement for burying potable water supply pipes, especially in California where severe freezing is less common in many areas, is around 12 inches. This depth helps protect the pipes from minor ground shifts, surface damage, and moderate temperature fluctuations, though local codes might dictate deeper burial in areas with significant frost lines. The main goal is to prevent the pipe from freezing and bursting, which can cause significant property damage and loss of water service. Always check local municipal codes for specific burial depth requirements in your project area, as they can supersede general guidelines. Question 16. What is the function of an expansion tank in a closed-loop hot water heating, hydronic, system? A. To increase the water pressure. B. To filter impurities from the water. C. To absorb the expansion of water as it heats up, preventing excessive pressure buildup. D. To introduce fresh water into the system. Answer: C. To absorb the expansion of water as it heats up, preventing excessive pressure buildup. In a closed-loop hot water heating, hydronic, system, water expands significantly when heated, and if this expansion isn't managed, it can lead to dangerous pressure buildup that could damage pipes, fittings, or the boiler. An expansion tank is specifically designed to absorb this increased volume of water, providing a cushion within the system to maintain stable pressure. For example, as the boiler heats the water, the excess volume flows into the expansion tank, and as the system cools, the water returns. This prevents the relief valve from constantly discharging, prolonging the system's life. Question 17. What is the required minimum size for a building sewer when serving a single-family dwelling? A. 2 inches. B. 3 inches. C. 4 inches. D. 6 inches. Answer: B. 3 inches. According to the California Plumbing Code, the minimum required size for a building sewer serving a single-family dwelling is 3 inches in diameter. This minimum size ensures adequate capacity to carry all wastewater from the house to the public sewer or septic system without clogging and maintains proper flow and velocity for solids to be carried away. Using a smaller pipe would significantly increase the risk of frequent blockages and sanitation issues. Always ensure that the building sewer is sized correctly according to code requirements for efficient and reliable waste disposal. Question 18. What is the common term for a plumbing system component that prevents the reversal of flow of water from a potentially contaminated source into the potable water supply? A. Check valve. B. Backflow preventer. C. Pressure relief valve. D. Shut-off valve. Answer, B. Backflow preventer. A backflow preventer is a crucial plumbing device specifically designed to stop the unwanted reversal of water flow from a non-potable, potentially contaminated, source back into the clean, potable water supply system. This is vital for public health, as it prevents cross-contamination that could make drinking water unsafe. For example, a backflow preventer on an irrigation system prevents fertilizer-contaminated water from being siphoned back into the municipal water main. Always ensure that appropriate backflow prevention devices are installed and regularly tested where required by code. Question 19. When soldering copper pipe, what material is prohibited for use as flux in potable water systems in California? A. Rosin-based flux. B. Water-soluble flux. C. Acid-based flux. D. Lead-free flux. Answer, C. Acid-based flux. Acid-based flux is strictly prohibited for use in potable water systems in California because it is corrosive and can introduce harmful chemicals and contaminants into the drinking water. While it may clean surfaces effectively, its corrosive residue can continue to attack the copper and lead to pinhole leaks over time, and its chemical composition is unsafe for consumption. Only lead-free, water-soluble, or rosin-based fluxes approved for potable water applications should be used when soldering copper pipes. Always select the correct, non-toxic flux to ensure the safety and longevity of your potable water system. Question 20. According to the California Plumbing Code, what is the maximum number of water closets allowed on a 3-inch horizontal drainage pipe? A. 1. B. 2. C. 3. D. 4. Answer, C. 3. The California Plumbing Code specifies that a 3-inch horizontal drainage pipe can serve a maximum of 3 water closets, toilets. This sizing rule ensures that the pipe has sufficient capacity to handle the wastewater volume from multiple fixtures without exceeding its flow capacity, which would lead to backups and blockages. Proper sizing is critical for the efficient and sanitary operation of a drainage system, preventing plumbing issues like slow drains or overflows. Always refer to the plumbing code for fixture unit values and pipe sizing charts to ensure compliant and effective installations. Question 21. Before pouring concrete, what is the required pressure test for a newly installed underground sanitary drainage pipe within a building? A. Air test to 5 psi for 15 minutes. B. Water test with a minimum 10-foot head of water for 15 minutes. C. Smoke test for 1 hour. D. Visual inspection only. Answer, B. Water test with a minimum 10-foot head of water for 15 minutes. Before concealing underground sanitary drainage pipes with concrete or backfill, the California Plumbing Code requires a water test to ensure the system is leak-free. This test involves filling the pipes with water to create a minimum 10-foot head, or to the highest point of the system, and maintaining that pressure for at least 15 minutes, with no visible leaks. This rigorous testing prevents costly repairs down the line once the pipes are encased and inaccessible. Always perform thorough pressure tests before covering any installed drainage lines to guarantee system integrity. Question 22. What is the primary safety concern when working with natural gas piping? A. Electrocution from nearby electrical lines. B. Risk of explosion or asphyxiation from leaks. C. Water damage to surrounding structures. D. Damage to underground utility lines. Answer, B. Risk of explosion or asphyxiation from leaks. The primary safety concern when working with natural gas piping is the severe risk of explosion or asphyxiation due to leaks. Natural gas is highly flammable, and even a small leak can create an explosive atmosphere, especially in confined spaces. Additionally, natural gas, though often odorized, displaces oxygen, leading to asphyxiation if inhaled in high concentrations. For example, a poorly sealed joint could lead to a gas leak that accumulates in a basement, creating an extreme hazard. Always ensure proper ventilation, leak detection, and strict adherence to code during gas line installations and repairs to prevent these deadly risks. Question 23. What is the minimum required distance between a potable water well and a septic tank? A. 25 feet. B. 50 feet. C. 75 feet. D. 100 feet. Answer: B. 50 feet. To prevent contamination of the potable water supply, the California Plumbing Code and local health regulations typically require a minimum separation distance of 50 feet between a potable water well and a septic tank. This critical setback ensures that any potential leakage or overflow from the septic system does not reach and contaminate the drinking water source, protecting public health. For example, if a septic tank were too close, wastewater could leach through the soil and into the groundwater that feeds the well. Always adhere to these vital separation distances to safeguard drinking water quality. Question 24. A contractor is installing a water hammer arrestor. Where should it typically be located? A. At the main water service entrance. B. Near the water heater only. C. As close as possible to the rapidly closing valve or fixture causing the hammer. D. On the vent pipe. Answer: C. As close as possible to the rapidly closing valve or fixture causing the hammer. A water hammer arrestor is designed to absorb the shock waves created when a rapidly closing valve, like that in a washing machine or dishwasher, suddenly stops the flow of water, causing a loud banging noise and potential damage to pipes. To be most effective, the arrestor should be installed as close as possible to the specific fixture or valve that is causing the water hammer. This proximity allows it to immediately dissipate the pressure surge. Properly placed arrestors prevent pipe damage and eliminate annoying noises. Question 25. What is the acceptable maximum height for the developed length of a fixture arm for a lavatory, sink, that is vented by a 1 1/4 inch trap arm, assuming a minimum slope? A. 3 feet. B. 4 feet. C. 5 feet. D. 6 feet. Answer: C. 5 feet. According to the California Plumbing Code, for a lavatory with a 1 1/4 inch trap arm, which is commonly associated with smaller fixtures, the maximum developed length of the fixture arm before it connects to the vent is typically 5 feet. This limit ensures that the trap seal remains protected and prevents self-siphonage by maintaining proper hydraulic conditions within the drain. An overly long fixture arm without adequate reventing could cause the trap to lose its water seal. Always cross-reference the trap size with the permitted developed length in the plumbing code to ensure proper venting and drainage.